In Art of War 4, Ottoman Turks, Hungary, and Russia teamed up to form the unholy Roman Empire. But it wasn't always this way. Summer of 2019, Tyrants and Plebeians Penultimate. This iteration used a full Earth map and was the first to feature medieval melee tiers. Before this video was filmed, the server had already been online for over a month. By this point, players had already entered the Renaissance and began wildly adopting firearms. Before becoming the Ottomans, Voltz was an ancient and prestigious TAP faction. One of their core members lives in Hawaii in real life, so in his honor, Voltz decided to build a settlement in Hawaii. However, Hawaii was already occupied. During the medieval tiers, Hawaii was colonized by the Serbian Republic, which would later become Russia in Art of War. And so, the Knights of Voltz were levied and started an invasion. Also, some Hungarian knights participated too. They would later become Austria-Hungary in Art of War 4. Voltz had already set up a siege tower in Kauai. They also built a cobble hut near Honolulu. Maui and the Big Island were completely fortified by Serbia. Other than guns, the most popular weapon on the battlefield was the Zweihander Great Sword. Mart NM, a Hungarian knight, joined the battle. Mafia Craft, a leader of Serbia, snuck into the Voltz siege tower. This iteration had a rating system where these hard wall structures had a health bar to resist battering ram attacks. Lord Wieder, a Hungarian marksman, built a floating sniper nest. Outdated crossbows were still widely used. Mafia Craft set a slash home inside one of the siege towers and tried to use a pike to stab people through the floor. The rating plugin did not recognize the size of explosions, so the giant death bombard was not doing as much damage as it should have. Serbia managed to take the Kovel hut and deployed a catapult. Costa had set his slash home here, so he would constantly warp back. Serbian forces continued trying to warp into the tower. I then stopped filming for an hour. Instead of Costa, Karate Asian would now be constantly respawning into battle. Then, the next 10 minutes were quiet, as Serbia was probably rearming or something. Except Voltz Special Forces tried to use a siege ram against Serbia's other base, but failed. Then, Walter managed to break into the big island and set a slash home so he could spawn camp Serbia. Yes, this is the same Walter from Art of War. The Serbians sterilized Walter's slash home to stop the spawn camping. Nothing else happened for a minute. Then I got bored and decided to stop filming. The battle ended in a stalemate. Voltz and Serbia would be locked in eternal war for the rest of the iteration. Allegedly, Voltz breached the walls a few times, but could never get into the vault.